Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Viking Television. For VTV, I'm Ava Ford.
And I'm Taylor Reyes. Triton's new superintendent of schools met with high school students recently to find out what they think the Triton district does well and how they feel it could improve in the future.
Students were thankful for the opportunity to be heard, and their opinions were shared with the school committee at its March meeting.
Thank you for being willing to take we'll try and keep it to an hour, out of your day. As part of my process of becoming the new superintendent, I wanted to learn. I've been here for 22 years, but there's still many things I need to learn. I want to ask about what you think goes really well. I want to hear what you believe is not going well. But let's start with what you think the positives. Talk about what you think Triton does well.
I would say I like the way classes are set up. I like how the blocks and everything are. I like how there's 3 minutes in each class. It's not too much or too little.
I just love the people here. I came last year in the middle of the school year and everyone was so welcoming to me. I've never felt so welcome.
I do feel like this year we have a really, really strong Triton community. All the classes are really, really close.
In my experience, the teachers are really caring. If you're having a bad day, they kind of give you some slack.
The teachers definitely get to know each kid one-on-one, which is really, really hard because there's so many of us and we're all so different. But I noticed that all my teachers know each kid individually very, very well.
Well, there is one thing I need to bring up. Definitely, we got to bring back second lunch.
All right, thanks.
Everything I do is in the arts and whatever. I think that the schools do a really nice job of crediting our arts departments and promoting that.
I think we have a good mix of programs too. If you want to be part of the arts department, you can be part of the arts department while you're part of the business classes. And I like that because I don't know what I want to do yet. So I have all these options of things I can try out before I want to do anything set in stone.
Before we can say we want to be the best, we have to know where we are. So I wanted to have a real honest discussion with folks. And all of this will yield a report about what everyone has said collectively. What my job here is to report to you what I've found. I may like some of the things I hear. There are things that I've heard that I don't like. But my job at this point is to report the data to you. The next step in the process is where we go from here. Overall, people spoke very positively about their experience with the schools. People feel very good about the Triton schools. This came through loud and clear, teachers, parents in general, that we need to find ways of better challenging our high-performing students. Parents and teachers talked about homework in both the expectations and the purpose of homework. We're very focused on grades, but how do we change the story to be more about the learning and the process and less focus on the results only. This is not a new discussion at this table, but our lack of a coordinated health and wellness programming K through 12 is certainly an area of needed focus. I think it was incredibly helpful for me, but I feel like there was a lot of bridges created across the towns, the community, that we're all on the same team.
We've all heard the announcements in the morning. The Scribe magazine is looking for our contributions for its newest edition.
But what exactly is Scribe, and what kind of things does it publish? Here's Sarah Lutenbacher with more.
Most people have heard the name Scribe around Triton, but many are unclear about what it is.
Scribe, what is that?
I don't know.
The students and staff all have very different ideas about what Scribe is.
Scribe is, I don't know.
Scribe is when you write stuff down.
I think Scribe is where you take topics and ideas from the school and turn them into a magazine or a newspaper.
A scribe is someone who writes stuff.
Scribe is something that Sarah Lute keeps bugging me about.
I think There would be like poems published in there.
I think Scribe is where teachers put like the worst essays or like students gave them, and is where students tell their darkest secrets.
Things that have scholastic meaning or scholastic value.
Probably different writing pieces and like news about the school.
Scribe is Triton's student-made magazine. It's a collection of students writing and art. If you write stories, poems, songs, speeches, or essays, draw, paint, take photos of art, basically anything we can print in a magazine, then submit it to Scribe by sending your work to jamesallen@tritonschools.org. Not sure if you want to submit, or you have submitted and want to participate more? Then join the Scribe team of editors. Talk to Mr. Allen in room H203, or just come to our meetings after school on Thursdays. For more information about submitting, editing, or just about Scribe in general, talk to Mr. Allen in room H203, or shoot him an email at james.allen@tritonschools.org, or follow us on Twitter @ScribeTriton, or follow us on Instagram @ScribeTriton, or talk to your English teacher, or talk to the librarians, or pick up a copy of past magazines in the library. Basically, we're everywhere. We can't wait for you to join.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay tuned for some highlights of the recent performance tour our music groups went on last week.
Don't go anywhere. VTV will be right back.
Don't thank me, thank the savings!
You can't skip this Geico ad because it's already over. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You son of a biscuit-eating bulldog!
What the French toast?
You think I wouldn't find out about your doo-doo head cootie queen?
Who are you calling a cootie queen? You liquor.
Pickle you kumquat!
You're overreacting.
No, Bill. Overreacting was when I put your work papers in the shredder. Stinking McStink face.
You hoboken.
Fabulous.
New Trident Spearmint that cleans another dirty mouth.
For a good clean feeling, no matter what.
For the last 7 years, the Triton High School Performing Arts students have hosted hundreds of 5th and 6th grade musicians from the elementary and middle schools for a district-wide arts festival.
This year, our musicians took the show on the road and traveled to each of the elementary schools to perform for all of their students. Here are some highlights of that day.
So we have the middle school select choir, middle school jazz band, and the high school jazz choir and high school jazz band. So we're all touring to all the elementary schools and singing and playing and performing for them.
It's okay to keep doing music and that it's cool. And hopefully they'll see and be inspired that they can keep doing it or join it if they're not in it.
Here we come, Pine Grove!
Earlier at the first school we went to, Miss Densmore asked the kids if they knew about Pentatonics, which is a vocal group. And they said yes, and then once she told them the song we were going to do, originally we thought that they probably wouldn't be too into it, it's slower. But I saw a lot of kids kind of, they were excited about it, so it's cool to see how the kids react to the different music that we do.
I enjoyed the performance at Pine Grove because I got to see all of my old teachers and my brother.
Here we come, Newberry!
A few things that I think that the 5th and 6th graders will get out of these performances is that I think that they'll learn some of their options for next year and see the kind of music that we do. I think they'll just enjoy the performance.
getting?
Iced tea and a hot cup.
Here we come, Salisbury. It's gonna stay at the YMCA. It's gonna stay at the YMCA.
Percussion, clarinet, fruit. Anything I forgot?
Take me there, won't you take me there, won't you take me home? Oh, take me there, won't you take me there, won't you take me home?
When I was a kid, I remember seeing the older kids come down to school and sing and play their instruments, and I was always like so inspired and so excited to be part of it, and now I am, so I think it's a good experience for them to have.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Tune in next time for a special April Fool's Day episode of Viking Television. For VTV, I'm Taylor Reyes.
And I'm Ava Ford. Thanks for watching.
Check, check, check.
You dropped the cracker. I bought you a donut. Thank you.
Always feel like somebody's watching me.
Yeah, look up. Good morning, everyone. Television. Here's Sarah. Luton. Lutenbacher?
Yes. A second later after the show. And then
Thanks for watching.